no numbers, there's no pictures, there's no videos, there's no gameplay. I don't like it.
Yo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. And today, Freemers, we are back with another Palia lore reading. This time around, we are going to get into what is the final lore reading for the Royal Highlands, unless more comes out over time. But like for now, this is the last Palia lore reading for the Royal Highlands. But this one is different, man. This is interesting. So we're going to go over some travel logs, and also we're going to be talking about Einar's creator in this lore reading. Now, the reason I'm putting these two together is because I recently finished getting level 5 with Einar, which he's my favorite character in the entire game, by the way. And I was reading through, kind of briefly reading through Einar's lore, Einar's creator's lore, and there is a connection between these travel logs, which I found in the Royal Highlands, and Einar's creator. And I think this is the reason Einar was created, is through these travel logs and the lore we got through getting this quest done. So without further ado, man, let's jump into this thing, because I am so curious as to where this goes. I really wanted to read this, so this is probably gonna be my favorite lore entry so far, besides the Prison Beard stuff. But let's get into it, man. Let's waste no time. So, first travel log entry, entry 2. I don't know what. Oh, entry 2. I don't know what Paul was talking about. This place is gorgeous. The stories make it seem like these lands are cursed, but I ain't seen nothing like that. It's all sunshine and rolling fields. Bet I could set up a good little homestead here. Bring the family out. The fish are plenty, lots to forage. I set up a couple camps around while I was exploring with extra supplies, but I don't know if I'm even gonna need them. Can't wait to tell everyone they were wrong. There ain't no ghosts, and there certainly ain't no curse. It's hard doing British accent with there's like a country twang here, but I feel like this guy is Einar's creator. The person talking in this lore entry is Einar's creator. Doesn't speak the same, but there's a connection here, and I'll explain why when we get further down. But it seems like this guy's finally come across the Royal Highlands, because he probably comes from Kalima or somewhere out in the country. But yeah, let's keep going. Entry 18. The samba stuff's everywhere. Wasn't a problem at first, but it's been creeping in the longer I stay in one place. It's a little annoying, but you can break it with a pick or any other kind of weapon. You'd have to be a fool just to stand still for hours and let it creep up on you like that. Still, I wonder how it got the Sanak or the Jakats. They ain't exactly given to staying in one place for long. Sure, sometimes I wake up after sleeping and so have my feet, but these animals must have stayed still for days to get that covered. Maybe they got sick with something? If so, don't seem like it's contagious, so I would have got it already. Think I'll stick with fish for dinner for a while, just in case. So this guy's coming across Amber for the first time, and I'm assuming, I still think this is Einar's creator, and again, we'll go into it, but like, this guy's actually planning, he's just traveling, he's staying here, and so far, like, the story for this is pretty simple, right? You would think so, but it gets a little more deep the further you go in with the entries. So let's keep going. Entry 30. Keep thinking about Belle. Wonder if I was stupid for breaking up with her when we were younger. Don't know why, haven't thought about it for years, but lately she's all I can think about. Would she have come out here with me and set up camp? Sat next to me as we looked up at the stars and dreamed about our future? I miss her smile. Her freckles, the way she'd scrunch up her nose when I made a bad joke, like she was trying not to laugh. Feels like there's a bell-shaped hole in my heart, and I didn't even know about it. Too late now. She's married, and I'm out here trying to prove a point like I always am. Just not sure if being right's worth being alone anymore. Someone at Singular 6, whoever writes the lore for the game, whoever wrote this entry was actually feeling like this. And dude, I feel bad because like that's That's a way to feel, man. That is deep. This is a deep lore entry. This is how someone feels a Singularity 6 right now, and everyone's probably glossing over the lore entry, you know, but this is where I think, like, I feel like they're trying to throw you off with thinking like, oh, this isn't Einar's creator, you know, this isn't what you think it is, because they're changing the way he talks. But then you get to this entry and it changes a little bit, because there's this person named Belle that he misses so much, but it's too late now. So he's just thinking about her. That's why he came to the Royal Highlands, because he's thinking about this person that he misses, you know? And it sucks. It sucks he doesn't get to be with her. He misses that. He misses missing Belle. And that's what really sucks about reading through this, is like, this guy just misses someone. That's why he's in the Royal Highlands. He just doesn't want to be alone. He wants to go explore. And he wants her there with him, and he doesn't get to have that, man. It sucks. Now let's move on to the next entry. Entry 35. Can't move no more. Don't know how it happened. Was thinking about Belle, and next thing I knew, I couldn't move. Did days really pass while I was caught up in my thoughts? Whole lower body's covered, and I'm too weak to break it. Can barely write this. Pa was right. Don't try to settle the Highlands. Have to be as mad as an Enfield to make it out here. Wish I hadn't broken up with Belle. So it is presumed, like, right here is when this dude dies. So this dude does die while in the Royal Highlands because of the amber. And maybe he's not dead, right? But I think prior to this guy going out here, and the reason he went out here, was because Einar's creator, presuming it's this guy, he wanted something new. He wanted to leave because he missed someone. Now we're going to get into Einar's creator's lore tabs here, and this is where I'm going to explain why I think they're the same person. Let's get into it. An unsent letter, written in ancient human. Kestra, where do I begin? I know how much he meant to you. He meant just as much to me. But you can't keep blaming me for choices he made. You say I forced his hand when I enacted the mere protocol, but how was I supposed to know he would respond the way he did? If you don't want to talk to me about it, please talk to someone. I don't like to think of you out there alone. I don't like being alone in here. A long paragraph is scratched out. This is pointless. She doesn't want to talk to me. Now, I don't know who Kestra is. Maybe it's not Belle. It's not the same person, but I think Kestra could be like, I don't know. I know how much he meant to you. Maybe they're not the same person, but like, I just think there's such a connection here. Like, maybe this is like some work friend or something, but I don't know. I have no idea. Like, this is kind of a hard one. Kestra, like Belle. I mean, they could be different people with same experiences, but like, I don't know. I feel like they're the same person, but it's hard to say. But it seems like Einar's creator enacted the Mirror Protocol, which the Mirror Protocol, by the way, just to get you guys up to speed here, the Mirror Protocol is a lunar connection. It opens a third plane to like another world. So it's interesting. But yeah, written in ancient human, by the way. I forgot to mention the title of that, but yeah, written in ancient human. So, but you can't keep blaming for choices he made. So I don't know. Maybe Kestra was like this guy's work partner, and maybe Belle is, this guy. I think it's the same guy. I really do. I think Kestra was probably his work partner, but I don't know. And that's just what I think, right? So maybe this guy, Einar's creator, was alone for so long that he decided to make Einar, and you know, eventually he went to the Royal Highlands after creating Einar, and that's where he ended up. But I don't know. But let's keep going. Day 1. I have made an interesting discovery today. I have taken a constructed Galder and given him an additional oneness, the desire to fish. I feared an additional oneness would cause confusion in a Galder, or even a total breakdown of functions. On the contrary, having more than one purpose has seemed to make this particular Galder more complex, more human. I will continue this experiment and record my findings here. I think I will name him Einar. Day 83. Today Einar gave me a hug. When I asked why, he said it related to the oneness I gave him to connect with others. I don't know if the hug was based on emotional connection, or he just interpreted the oneness to connect, too literally. Day 309. Einar seems to have created his own oneness. He has started to collect shiny pebbles. When I asked him why, he said they were aesthetically pleasing. I will have to look back and cross-reference his other onennesses to see how he developed this trait. Day 944. Today Einar asked if he could go through the looking glass with me. I told him it wasn't safe for a Galder to go where I'm going. He told me it was even less safe for me. I suppose he's right, but I've lived longer than I should have anyway. How many people have died just so I could outlive any reason for living? Maybe Sadil was right. Maybe all things must come to an end after all. So I don't know, man. It's kind of up in the air, but also Sadil is a character we know, I believe. I'm gonna look. Maybe not. This is probably the first time we've actually heard of Sadil. No. General Sadil. Got it. So Sadil was a general, I think, way back when ancient humans were around, but I think, like, Einar's creator, and we're going to mark him as an important character, because he is one. Einar's creator. And you know what I should look up real quick? The name of him, because it's important that we know this guy's name. Let me look. Real quick. Einar's creator name. Palia. His name is Mudan. Oh. That's crazy. Einar's creator is King Mudan. King of the Empire of Valeria. Palian Republic. And creator of Einar. So, okay, maybe I'm reaching there, but like I don't think Mudan might not be that guy. But I still think the story was like there was a connection there that I could have like paired, but like nah, if Mudan created Einar, then I mean it could be the same guy, but there's no way to know because they talk differently, but it could just be to throw everyone off. Like I don't think Mudan would have gone out that way, but I don't know. It's genuinely hard to tell, but Sadil and Mudan were, I guess, very close, so. But now we know how, like, Mudan maybe died, was going to Royal Highlands, but it's unclear. You know, I think the stories are connected. If you don't think they're connected, I mean, it's fine, but, like, I don't know. I think Mudan probably did lose someone in his life, but, like, I don't know. We don't know too much about King Mudan. This is like the most we know about him is through these lore entries. So it is really hard to say, but I think that the travel logs are my favorite because this dude just misses someone. He misses missing this person, you know, and it sucks. But like, I don't know. I thought there was a general connection to these two entries, but it's hard to say whether or not that's the case. But anywho, thank you guys for watching, hanging out. I appreciate it a ton, and I will see you guys in the next video. And yeah, goodbye.